Hey, what's up everyone? The Wolfman here. I am back after a bit of a long hiatus from doing reviews, but today I'm going to be doing a very special one. As you can tell by the by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing a review on the Ultimate Collector Series Lego AT AT from Star Wars, or Altering Armored Transport, or AT-AT as it's also called. Now, before I actually get onto the review, there's going to be a few different changes to this video. I'm going to be doing small segments, transitioning from my opinion on the set itself. But we're going to start with the minifigures. As from some of my other past reviews, I don't think they're up to par or to my own standards. So this is going to be done in different segments. Going to do in the intro and the outro, and just cutting straight to the review. So I believe I can't really think of anything else at this moment, but I will throw this out there. I did do a complete time lapse of this set, which will come out after this review, and it's going to be several parts. So yeah, I did over 9 hours of this set, but I'm not about to have it all done in one video. I'm going to be doing different parts. I got 18 parts, 18 different segments of this video. May not be up to par for some viewers, but if you want to see the whole process, go ahead and check out the videos after this review. So without any further ado, on to the review of the Lego Star Wars UCS AT AT. And here it is, everyone. This is indeed the UCS Lego AT AT, and holy crap, is it a big one! As you can see of how the sheer size of it, and of course you do see the Star Destroyer off to the right of the screen. But this set actually is a little bit bigger, but surprisingly, the big guy here has got more pieces by 2001 pieces, and this was quite the extraordinary build. Now this is just a general overview of what the set looks like, and I will be starting with the minifigures here. So I believe we'll get onto that here in just a second. Okay, and these are the minifigs that come with the set. There's a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 minifigures, which consists of Luke Skywalker, 2 AT-AT pilots, 5 snowtroopers, and a General Veers minifigure. And I gotta say, the detailing of these guys is actually really neat, especially with some of these guys having actual faces, mainly General Veers. Now, each of these figures actually do have their own independent faces. Actually, it's quite neat that they did so. I didn't really find all of them, but these are at least a few examples. We've actually got a couple of different skin tones, which is awesome. I like that. And same with each of the snowtroopers. I'm not entirely accurate to what was in the box. I haven't had real time to go through the whole inventory, but I think it's a rough idea. I mean, there may be other people who would do reviews on these, and they probably got them all huddled together. But unfortunately, I tossed these with the rest of my other armies. But yeah, it's well designed. I mean, some of these guys you actually do get in other sets, like last year's AT-AT, which I did do a review on. They do come with 2 of these guys and 2 of these guys, I believe. Yeah, two snowtroopers and 2 AT-AT pilots, and I will be doing a size comparison between those. But I think even that set had General Veers. I think the only major difference is the face and the appearance of boots on his legs, and I think Luke Skywalker still looks relatively the same. So anyways, moving on to the plaque here that comes with it. Don't mind my reflection. But this gives the full schematics of what the set, or what the information on the vehicle itself in Star Wars lore. The manufacturer is Kuat Drive Yards. The height is 22.2 meters. I don't know how much that is in feet. Maximum speed is 60 kilometers an hour, and crap load of weapons. I mean, you can pretty much take a look and read that for yourself. Pause the video if you want to give this a read, because I'm not really gonna talk about that too much. But even the capacity, I mean, it's actually quite a lot. I mean, 1 pilot, 1 gunner, 1 commander, 2 deck officers, 40 troopers, 4 speeder bikes, and 1 metric ton of cargo. So this is definitely a war of this. So yeah, this is definitely quite the armored vehicle to go into battle with, especially in the scene in Empire Strikes Back. I mean, it was quite difficult to take down these guys. But the other accessories this set comes with is 1 turret, or 1 gun turret, portable one, and 2 snow speeders, which I actually like the designs. And they're pretty straightforward, neat, simple build, and yeah, it was quite the fun little build. I mean, this set does come with 2, and they do fit on the inside, which I will show. So that's just the overall view for the minifigures, the plaque, and the accessories. So on to the next part of the video. Okay, now we're on to the actual review of the set. I'm going to start by listing off some of the information of this set. Set number 75313. LEGO Star Wars AT AT from the UCS series. This set has 6,785 pieces, and I'm going to tell you, it did take a long time to build this thing, over 9 hours to build. Now this sucker, unlike the Star Destroyer, this sucker actually has a detailed interior, and it actually is pulsable. One other thing I forgot to mention, it comes with a handy tool to use to readjust the legs, which I'm a little skittish of doing because I don't want this thing to fall over while I'm doing it, or adjusting the legs. So I may put some photos in this video near the end of how pulsable this sucker is. So I will be showing a few different features in it. One is the head actually does move around, not just side to side, but also turns as well, which I think is a neat and awesome feature. And one of the neat features is that the guns down below actually do move just like they do in the movie. And of course you got these other guns here on the sides of the head, and the overall design of the head is just awesome. I love the design. I kind of go a little crazy every time I gaze upon it. But let me just zoom in here to kind of give you guys a better look at what the head looks like. So yeah, definitely quite a fair number of detailing. I mean, it is symmetrical through and through on both sides. Maybe a few differences, but they look symmetrical nonetheless. Unless you're looking at the core at the very top, which is a nice touch. I really like it. I mean, it's mostly the light gray, which is a better improvement over some of the past AT-ATs that they've done. But as far as UCS, this is up to par. So anyways, the sucker does open up on both sides of the panels. I believe are removable. Yep, they definitely are. And this sucker has quite the amount of space on the inside. You can fit both pilots in this area here. You can actually fit another figure, maybe even 2 in this area here. Again, I'll put some screenshots in the video to show. But yeah, both panels do come off, and even the top itself, you gotta maneuver it. So definitely a lot of space in that head. I know the lighting in here isn't all that great, but the space inside is actually quite large. I mean, but of course, with a head of this size compared to the last AT-AT, which I did a review on, it's quite easy to tell that this sucker really is quite the large set. So anyways, let me just reposition this guy. This guy really is heavy. I mean, I'm going to let you guys let you guys know that there is an area on the underside. You got to be careful. I mean, there's a couple of detailed areas underneath the body that actually do kind of come apart, and they have in the past when I was handling this sucker, but not so much anymore. There's an area underneath to pretty much hold this thing up to make sure that make sure this thing doesn't come apart. I will show you an example, but first off, oh boy, yeah, the sucker really is big. Yeah, rearrange. And the detailing on both sides of this sucker really is quite detailed, and this sucker definitely was a lot of fun. But on both sides, they have a couple hatches here that do open up to reveal the inside. And let's see if I can reach back here and do the same thing without fear of the set itself is going to come apart. So yeah, see? You can see all the way through. You can see all the way through, and it's actually a neat feature. I mean, this is, building the doors here was actually a lot of fun, and it actually does have another pad or a plate on the inside for more detailing, so you don't see any little stuff. So it's not just a solid gray wall. Yeah. Yeah, shoot. But yeah, the padding, the platings are removable. I mean, the top here usually is the first part that's recommended to pretty much remove, and then the panels above both ends. Otherwise, this is going to be a bit of a pain because the edges hold down the plates. But anyways, both panels here also open out to reveal the sides, and the whole thing here, which it was designed to do, can be removed. And this is what the inside looks like, inside of the panel. But I'll do close-up shots of what the inside looks like, and even screenshots. But yeah, this is part of the interior. Again, I'll show other photos, but this is just a rough idea what the inside looks like. And I gotta say, you can't fit over 40 figures in here. With the number of seats in here is just plain crazy. I'm not gonna bother trying counting them, but you can fit a lot. You can fit a lot of figures in, which I gotta say is a neat feature. And I even got a kick out of building these guys. I think this was supposed to be like the motors or whatnot that supposedly make the walker walk. But also down below, you can actually put the speeders down below in this area. I think you can fit up to 4 in here, even though the set itself comes with 2. But it's a neat feature that they put in. But there's also an open area right in here, including a ladder right up against here, where my finger is, that leads up to the second area up here. Of course, they kind of create the illusion that you can actually access the head through a doorway here, supposedly. I mean, it shows the same piece and the head. Again, I'll show more screenshots. But overall, the detail inside is really neat, and it was literally quite a lot of fun to build. So let me just put the panels back, and I'll show you other areas of the walker. So this is basically how you put it back on. Put the different panels, just do the inverse, and there you go. Okay, in this next part of the video, I'm going to be showing you some of the more detailed features on the walker itself. Of course, you do got quite the detailed panels, and it's the same on the other side. Both sides are quite mirrored. One thing I didn't show was the rear, and unfortunately, like some of the other predecessors or the smaller AT-ATs, the rears do open up to put a speeder in, just only one, but this one, it's just all solid because I guess it's part of the original design. But yeah, it's well-rounded, was a lot of fun. There's even some detailing in this area as well, which is neat. So it's very well detailed. They did put some thought into it. I'm pretty sure this reflects a majority of what the actual walker in the movie looks like. And let me show you the underside. Like I had said before, this is basically the detail of the underside, and I've had issues with this area here actually coming off. So from what I would suggest handling this thing is by holding on to areas like these on both sides. It is very structurally sound. It will not threaten to come apart unless you accidentally nudge, again, this area here. I'm not going to show you because it will be a pain to try and put it back together. Since we're on the underside here, I'll show you the detailing on the legs, which was actually a lot of fun, especially doing I mean, doing all 4 of the feet here at the same time. I mean, I love production. Yeah, I love doing a whole production line. But I would not recommend for a set like this, otherwise you're going to be spending hours alone doing each segment. So yeah, this is definitely the well-detailed vehicle. I mean, this is the underside. Of course, like I said before, the guns here do move, which is an awesome feature. Definitely paying homage to the original, to what the Walker itself does. Since we're here at the head now, I'm going to go ahead and remove a panel here so you can get a good, better look on the inside. Dang it. There we go. So yeah, this is part of the inside, well, the inside of the head. I'm just going to flat out remove the panel here so you can get a real good look. Might have said I was going to do screenshots, but maybe we'll do it in other areas. But there's one feature that this actually does have is an actual viewpoint, or viewport, but it's only just a sticker with the I don't know what they call them. The controls that make the Walker walk in the movie. If you've seen Empire Strikes Back, I do recommend you see that if you're a big Star Wars fan. But they did pay a lot of tribute to the interior design of the Walker, which is really awesome. So I think I'll go ahead and show the inside of the Walker. Okay, this is the inside. Like I said before in the review, there is a ladder that goes from bottom to the top, complete with the porthole right here. And like I said, the amount of seats in here, you can fit over 40 minifigures in here, top to bottom. Of course, there is a doorway there. And that's the other, supposedly the other doorway that connects the main body to the head. And again, this is the area where you would have the speeder bikes, which to this point I've never attempted to put in, but I guess right now would be a good time to do so. I think this is how they go in. Correct me if I'm wrong, again. But maybe something like that, I believe, is how you put the speeder bikes in. No, I'll definitely show a screenshot later on. But correct me if I'm wrong if you've seen it done. But yeah, that's just how it is. But that's the other side. Again, both sides are mirrored, and you got that panel covering up the gray, just making it have the more dark aesthetic on the inside. But yeah, this is the whole inside, which I absolutely love. I may customize this sucker so it's actually what I would put in if I was someone who actually get his hands on a Walker like this and decide to make it into his home. That's actually mobile. So that's basically the insert. Oh, and also the motors, which I actually had a lot of fun building. This was actually a neat part. So I believe that's it for the inside. So on to the next part, the size comparison. And here is the size comparison of the two other existing models, from the very first one back in the early 2000s to last year's model, the 2020 AT AT. This is one of the 3 that I got that I've already done a review on, which I would suggest you go look possibly after this one if you haven't seen it already. But you can definitely see the genuine size difference between between all 3 of these Walkers. You can they basically tower over. You can literally fit one of each of these guys on the underside. I mean, they can wipe the floor with them if they were in a battle. But yeah, I mean, again, this sucker, according to the stats, is over 2 feet high. And actually, I might have the information on how big they on the schematics, but I may put them on the screen or so, just to clarify how big the sucker is. But you can definitely see some resemblance, and even some pieces in the constructions, especially in where the feet, one of the pieces for the feet, it actually is on the inside of the feet itself. So there are so surprisingly, there are some piece similarities that all 3 of these models actually have. Now, unfortunately, I do not have some of the other existing models, but I'm actually fine with, because Well, to me this is one of the better, smaller size, but this one basically, in my opinion, tops them all. And you can fit so many minifigures in it. There's so much room to put in, so much room to fit a whole, like I said, over 40 troopers. So I think this would be it for this segment of the review. So yeah, each of these suckers is basically half the size of the big guy. And yeah, there are some similarities to both of them as far as pieces, but obviously this guy's got way more pieces. And it really is a lot heavier, so yeah, so I'll just give it back to myself to end the video. So that was my review on the LEGO UCS All-Terrain Armor Transfer from LEGO Star Wars. Now I am gonna finish out the video with the usual stuff I usually do. But I'm gonna give you guys a little heads up on what's to come. I do have plans for 2 more Imperial themed vehicles. I got the Imperial Armored Marauder from The Mandalorian, and I also got the Imperial Light Cruiser. Both sets were actually featured in Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Now, one thing I'm going to let you guys know that I will say again in a future video is I'm going to be taking a hiatus from new LEGO sets. I mean, I won't be doing any more speed builds. I will make a playlist of all the other past speed builds I've done, as well as LEGO reviews. Now the reviews are going to be going on for the next 5 months or so. So I definitely got a lot more old sets I'm going to be going through, and I hope you guys will stay put. But if you have reached the end of this video, I thank you so very much for sticking around for the whole review of this. I mean, this set was a lot of fun. I was a little hard pressed to get it done on the final parts. I mean, this was a lot. I will show the different photos of the different stages and other little minor screenshots just to add on a little bit to this video. But I do highly recommend this set. It is a lot of fun. If you are a big time Star Wars fan or like the UCS sets, I highly recommend this set because it was a lot of fun. Quite a long time to get it done, but I was able to get it done, and definitely is an awesome set. You can definitely display it any way you want. The legs are puzzleable, though there are limitations. And I will show different screenshots of what this set looks like with the different possibilities, different poses you can actually do, but it is quite limited. But I'm also going to, after this video, like I said, I'm going to be uploading videos on the speed build time lapse, basically all in 9+ hours. Not all at once, but different segments. If you're interested, feel free to go ahead and watch. If you don't really want to sit around watching just how fast I will basically be going through. So if you want to, feel free. If not a big deal. So I think that is basically the end of this review. So there's not left for me to say, but if you like this video, please leave a like. And if you want to see more, come join the Wolf Pack by hitting the red subscribe button down below, and I will try to make it up to doing more and more videos. So without any further ado, this is for me to remind you that Jesus loves you more than Elmo and Barney, and I'll see you next time.